All to the Deakin University Women's Match of the Round, Week 2, and we're live at one of two venues that hosted grand finals last year, Quambee Reserve for the North Ringwood versus Knox. Division 1 game, Knox, the reigning Division 2 premiers, taking the step up into Division 1, and will be looking to take it up to the Saints, who only lost the 5 games last year to the top two sides in Rowville and Park Orchards, both coming off losses in round 1, so we should be set for an entertaining clash out here. My name is Josh Wood. Thank you for tuning in to this match of the round, whether that be on the EFNL's Facebook or YouTube page. Joining me for the first time for a women's match of the round, and I think for a women's match of the match as well. He's called a couple of 19s grand finals last year, but it's his first match of the round. The man who Brett Beston claims has the best beard in the EFNL, Scott Hardy. A very good morning to you, Scott. Great to be calling alongside you this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Josh. Thank you very much for having me, and yeah, looking forward to this contest. I've definitely trimmed the beards in preparation. I was getting that nickname. I thought I better tidy myself up. But yeah, look, brilliant conditions today. I'm really looking forward to this hit out. Obviously, two teams that, like you said, came off a loss last week. Looking for the win this week, and yeah, just need to probably find a few more little scoring options. They were just both a little bit down in scoring last week. Yeah,
they were, but they were up against two really talented sides last weekend. Knox going down to Park Orchards 4-5-29 to 8-8-56. That was a home game for them, but it was played at Park Orchards, home ground of Quambee Reserve. North Ringwood going down to the Basin Red, or the Basin Senior side, 5-3-33 to 8-9-57 out there at Ballaram Reserve. And there's a game taking place right now at the Bear Cave. Started off at 8:50, the Basin against Beaconsfield at three-quarter time. The Basin were leading by 45 points and hadn't conceded a single point all game. So another win looming there for the Bears. But let's have a brief look at both of these lineups, Scott. You know, you probably won't know too much about them, but for North Ringwood, there's plenty of youthfulness in the lineup this year. I chatted with their coach, Julian Hanson, in the off-season, and they've gone a bit younger. They've lost some players due to retirement, but they've gone really young. 9 senior debutants in their first 2 weeks, 8 last week in their game against the Basin, and one today, and that is Gemma Ogilvie, so we wish her all the best as well. But yeah, it might take some time for them to get adjusted to this level, Scott, just given that most of the players are coming up from 18s, and they are still talented. They won the 18A premiership last year, and there's still plenty of talent on their list, and could definitely be a contender this year.
Yeah, it gives them a challenge. There's no doubt about that, and both sides sort of, you know, with obviously Knox coming up into this sort of division. So look, it's going to be an interesting contest, and yes, it's going to be probably my first time seeing a number of these women run around. But obviously, being a young side, I'm looking forward to a quick pace sort of game. Conditions, like I said, are really, really good, and also first time at Quambee Reserve for me. I haven't called down here either, so it's a first of everything. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, it's not a first for me. Called the 3 women's grand finals out here and the 1 prelim final, so it's good being back out here. It's a big day out here at Quambee Reserve, of course. And there's the men's taking on Mitcham, and then the women's match women's obviously taking on Knox. So it's kicked off early on, and
it's a good crowd down here. We were struggling. We both came in together. We're struggling to find a park down here, so it's always a good sign when you're coming down at 10 o'clock in the morning and the ground's already packed. So it's a very promising sign. But most people have their jumpers on. It isn't the warmest morning, which is why you're lucky you've got a bit of a beard there, Scotty. You'd probably be a lot warmer than me. It's very chilly. The winter coat.
It's very, very chilly, but still, it is a nice crowd brewing out here. As the 19s are still going here. North Ringwood a comfortable lead here, but looking at Knox as well, plenty of talent coming off the back of their first ever EFNL premiership last year. You know, they brought back a couple of players, brought in a couple of players, but it's still an exciting lineup. And you were telling me as well on the way here, you watched a bit of them. What you take out of their grand final victory as well? What you take from that grand final win from Knox?
Oh, look, a really and you know, it gives obviously confidence to the women coming into obviously a newer division. Sort of put you up, and you go, well, if those players can sort of stay in that group, that you know, they were a younger sort of side, and then obviously as time has gone on, they're starting to group together, and obviously I'm looking obviously on this team sheet, and there's a number of them that are still from that grand final, if not the majority sort of thing. So you know, they're put in obviously a few players as well, and I was talking to you earlier in the week as well about Knox, and I'd said obviously off the top they need to sort of find scoring options. Obviously I spoke about Rebecca Lai. I'm getting told I think it's Lai in her surname.
Yeah.
You know, she scored 2 goals for them last week. She's come over from Ferntree. At this stage is the leading goal scorer, which is a nice start for her. So hopefully she can get on the scorers board today as well. Yeah,
she's a very talented player as well. She played 35 games for the Gully between 2019 and 2022, kicked the 36 goals. So she has that experience in climbing up the divisions and in Premier Division, which is always so crucial for a young side, as the 19s are now finished here, which means the women's sides will be coming out soon. We might be a bit delayed in the start due to the 19s finishing here at around 10:35, but having someone with higher up experience as well for a young group, it's always so crucial, isn't it?
Isn't it? And that's the thing, and it's already sort of made that mark in what was obviously a tough contest last week, and we spoke about coming up against, you know, quality opposition there in Park Orchard. So to actually,
you know, who have experience for Knox in recent years, Hayley Burke has come back to this side after taking 2022 off, and she was of course no Sarah Plumridge this year. She was a star midfielder and got close, I think, to the second division best and fairest, but she's gone travelling alongside Steph Taylor.
And I'll get back to you, mate, at the moment before they come out onto the ground. It's starting to warm up. This sun is starting to pelt down. I knew exactly where the sun was going to be setting. She's obviously come out here before and seen that this is the perfect position. We shouldn't get any glare from the camera, so perfect to call it. But yeah, go back to Knox. I've got a soft spot for them. Actually, they're on my junior club, so
the players that made their senior debut last week, you know, you got Eliza Wilson. She was the leading goal kicker for the 18s last year, and coming last year. So she's an absolute superstar of this North Ringwood lineup. Sarah Hum as well has a bit of experience. Is on Box Hill. Got best on ground as well on the day against the Sharks. They're next door neighbours, who, according to Jules Hanson as well, they've built up a nice rivalry with as well. And you know, they have plenty of depth to cover it as well. Quickly go to some scores that have come in. As I said off the top, the Basin and Beaconsfield playing out. Madeline Vuvupopoulos with singles as well, and best on ground for them was Paige McMaster for Mitcham. Their best on ground was Hannah Lynette, a former team. You know, they were very, very quick as well. And
yeah, you look sorry, mate. I'd taken a sip of water and forgot to put the mic back on. It's a good start. So yeah, they could probably hurry.
Well, they could hurry up a little bit more, as both captains are moving into the middle here.
And obviously
Gemma Prentice. We'll stick with that. Taylor Dean, the captain, losing the toss there for North Ringwood. They're kicking to the right of your
to deliver and play. Obviously, what's a good season from last. So yeah, looking towards her as big centre half back.
Yeah, I'm going to back the Falcons here. John O'Ven, of course, I'm female footy focused. He backed the Falcons, so I'm going to be backing them as well. I'm going to say it's close. Probably 1 or 2 goal margin, and my best on ground, Holly Gibson, who's just an absolute superstar of this Knox lineup. Well, teams are slowly moving into position. North Ringwood are just starting to move to the bench there. The game is about to start here between the Saints and the Falcons. Umpire holds the ball aloft, and we are now underway here between the Saints and the Falcons. And Knox get the tap down first. It was Prentice who tried to get the ball, but it's going to be North Ringwood with the clearance here. Good pressure applied by the Knox midfielders, and it's already a bit of a scrap early on. A good tackle there by Erin Elenik, and it's just going to be a ball up here on centre wing. Getting the tap down there, not too sure. There's a number 33 for North Ringwood. It's just a ball up. It could potentially be, I'm not too sure. It could potentially be Sarah Harm, as it's a ball up here. The tap down there in the direction, though, of Holly Maston, and already a bit of a scrap here to start this contest. Ball up once again. Egorov got the tap down. Knox trying to tap it forward to get the clearance here. They get a kick forward. It's coming closer to us, and North Ringwood have front position, but Knox pick up the ball, and it's a good intercept mark taken there by number 2 as well. So plenty of number changes. It's a kick down the ground here to centre wing. Picking up the ball there, picking it up well. Sarah Hum, that was in fact. It's just gone out of bounds on the full here, taking kick-in duties here. The free kick going to Gemma Prentice, who's going right in front of us here. Egorov, the big target, couldn't take the mark. Out the back there was Holly Gibson, but she couldn't pick it up. Handball out there in the direction of Yelenic, who's had a bit of the ball early on. Short kick there in the direction of Carly Forbes, who goes further down the ground. Couldn't take the mark there, could Galanta, and it's just going to be another ball up here. North Ringwood. Quick ball movement there, but it's just a ball up, Scott.
We can note from ground level here, we're right up against the fence, and it's really still dewy in this sort of forward pocket for North Ringwood end, or the wing sort of position. So it's going to test it until it dries out a little bit. It's still not getting much sun as Knox gets some possession of it through Egorov, sort of pushing forward. Now we're going into Knox's forward line in front, and no free kick awarded there for. I couldn't see the number. Now North Ringwood looking to clear it out, but Knox keep it trapped in there through Stocks. She hands it off. Forward kicking by Holly Gibson, but again North Ringwood looking to bounce back, and they clear out to Walters. She just kicks on the boot. They go straight to the Knox player in the centre of the field, and they look for options up forward. Kicking into Knox's forward line again, so good pressure by Knox, but again North Ringwood easily sort of get it out. They've just got to find options. Knox lower the eyes, push it onto the wing there, tap down by Emily. She forwards it on, but North Ringwood picking it up here through Dean. Dean hands it out in that forward pocket region where I spoke about. Real wet tackle applied, but no free kick given there. Bit of a scrappy sort of contest in that pocket. Both sides just happy if it goes out of bounds. Looks like Taylor Dean trying to keep it in again. Now it's a free kick. A push in the back, possibly, awarded towards Knox. So they've got it in North Ringwood's centre half, and they're looking to clear into the centre of the ground. Goes up for the mark. There is Maston, but it spills out the back. Numbers around it for Knox if they can work this out through hands. They get into the centre, but again, North Ringwood finding a really good rebound. That out to Sarah Hum, and she pushes it forward, finally into North Ringwood's forward lines. They'll be pleased with that. And pressure on over here. It's 2 against 1 onto the Knox defender, and North Ringwood clear it up into the forward line. In front is Hum and Spoiled, looking like the Knox want to just get it out as quick as they can. They've got numbers around the contest here, Knox. They've got about 5 of them. They need to just find the hands, and they do. Just held up quickly there. Good tackling pressure by North Ringwood on the far side of the ground, and it's going to be a ball up.
So a late change as well for North Ringwood. Tamara Matecic has come into the side, and she is wearing the number 33 as the Falcons looking for options. It's on the far side here of Quambee Reserve. A good spoil there, but Knox are going to pick up the ball, and out the back here is Alana Allo. Gets handball away in the direction of Holly Gibson, and Knox looks set to go inside forward 50. The target there was Leah, but it's all North Ringwood. Leah tried to tap it forward, gets the ball there to Emily Stocks, and again another scrap, this time on the far half forward flank here. Knox are going to pick up the ball. Holly Maston tried to avoid the North Ringwood tackler, and it's just going to be a ball up here for the inside the Falcons forward 50 here at Quambee Reserve. Still no score, 5 minutes played here. It's going to be a secondary ball up. There's been a couple of scrappy moments. It's still been a little bit free-flowing, but still no scores. It's a ball up. North Ringwood looks set to get the clearance here, but it's smothered. And they're out the back here are the Saints, looking to push further down the ground, and a good mark taken there by Rachel Hoffman. Handball away to Eliza Wilson, who's looking to go to the half-forward flank here where all that dew is. And on the run here is Melissa Gilmore taking on Briley Duparis. And she did pretty well there, She did pretty well, but it's just going to trickle potentially out of bounds here. No, it doesn't. They keep it into, North Ringwood. And it's, umpire was circling, but I think it's just going to be a ball up. It's a very scrappy ball. I think the umpire should be calling a ball up sometime soon, and now it is a ball up.
Nothing was happening there. Both sides just wanted to get it out, but they just couldn't find where the line is. The dew's probably covering the line. They don't know where out of bounds.
It was very tricky, but it's just the ball up. Egorov in ruck once again, got the tap down, looking for her teammate in Alo, and it's just going to be a ball up here once again. Plenty of ball ups these last couple of minutes. We're in North Ringwood's attacking half. Egorov from the back got the tap down in the direction of Jessica Reed, though. Again, it's a scrap, and it's just going to. It's going to trickle out the back here, and getting the kick inside 50 there was Sarah Hump, but it's just gone outside on the full here, and it's a free kick in the direction of Knox. Taking the kick there is Michaela Whitten. Of course, there's only one Whitten today. No Nikki Whitten for the Falcons, who's been a stalwart of the side since 2019. Whitten takes the kick in, but again, it's going to be out of bounds on the full. So, bit of kick to kick, but in the wrong sense. So, North Ringwood are going to get the free kick here. It's Taylor Dean who's going inside 50. Couldn't take the intercept mark. In fact, the intercept mark was taken by Ella Ritchie, who's looking to go out wide here, but it's all North Ringwood. It was a good idea looking for a teammate, but North Ringwood will go inside 50 here through Tegan McInerney. A good mark taken there on the lead, and North Ringwood have a chance here through Eliza Wilson to kick the first goal of the match. Wilson has kicked 24 goals in 18 under-18s games in 2021-22. She comes in. It might be a bit beyond her distance. It's going to trickle out the back here. Knox get the ball clear, and they look set to be out here, although the mark is dropped. They continue to push further forward. Is it a downfield free kick? I'm not too sure. I think it's an injury.
Must be an injury.
I think it's an injury, which you really don't like to see. Not too sure who's injured there, but we're going to have a bit of a stoppage in play. It's a Knox player that looks that's down.
Yeah, I can't get a number for you at the moment, mate.
It's unfortunate. So we're going to take a bit of a break here. Just under 8.5 minutes played now in this first quarter. Still no scores. Both teams feeling each other out somewhat as they move into their respective huddles. Both have had some territory early on, but you feel North Ringwood in the last couple of minutes have had a bit more. Knox initially had a bit more territory. Scott, as the stretcher is starting to come out here.
Yeah, impressive by North Ringwood's defence. Knox got it in a number of times, but North Ringwood easily sort of got it out. Still can't get you the details of the player, and I still can't really work out the injury. They're obviously bringing out the stretcher, but obviously concerns that they've got about 4 trainers around this girl on the ground for Knox.
You hate to see it. It's again, you don't like to see any injuries, and you don't like to especially see a stretcher out. We unfortunately couldn't see what happened, but it's just so cool, and we'll hopefully get more details on that a little later on. But it looks like that Knox player's day is done, which means they're one less rotation down on the bench. Mind you, they have 6 rotations on the bench already, so they plenty of numbers there already for the Falcons. As they're just continuing to wait. It just ticked over 10 minutes here. I'm not too sure if there will probably be a bit of a delay in this quarter due to the injury, although there was injuries last year in the preliminary final that I covered out here alongside Trent Callan, and at least there was a couple, and the game wasn't delayed, and So we might not get too much of a delay, but there is a bit of a stoppage in play here as they're still getting her on the stretcher. Here, it's an unfortunate sight, but not too much else to say.
No, you can only sort of talk about obviously what has been thus far.
Yeah.
And it's been a little bit sort of scrappy. Like I said, the conditions haven't been the greatest in these sort of pockets, because the ball, you can see even when the umpire's sort of throwing it up, it's sort of got water piling off it. So hopefully the sun sort of dries it out. But yeah, at the moment, scoreless from both, and that was probably the closest that either side looked at going towards. But again, good defence from both sides to sort of find the exit point and get it out. I felt Knox have had really good numbers around the ball, around the contest. It's just that they've got to find those sort of overrunning plays, because I think if they can use that and the hands, they'll be out there. They're a really quick side when you sort of see them going. It's just that those options that they're choosing is probably just not the right one, or they're just kicking it sort of further rather than just waiting for the hands and the run forward. Yeah. But that being said, it's been, you know, tight pressure from both sides. The tackling pressure has definitely been there. Sides have probably looked for the boundary a little bit much, and obviously the umpires are happy to let it run, as we've seen. Just looking through the blind, the player sort of seems to be grabbing a left knee or left leg, so that's obviously the concern, and that's sign. Why they're calling from the stretcher. I'd say she's not obviously able to move from that position.
As we have a score from out at Ringwood Park Orchards, I presume this score is the final score. Ringwood 4-3-27, Park Orchards 15-15, 105. So a 78-point victory for the Sharks. They're definitely a contender, and Ringwood, well, they had their first up win against Chirnside Park last week, but it's a big loss for the Redbacks out here. I think they were playing at the top oval at Jubilee Park, and not the greatest game for the Redbacks against the Sharks, as we have a final score out at the Basin and Beaconsfield game. The Basin 8-13-61, winning by 60 points over Beaconsfield, who kicked just the one behind, as we're still waiting. The player is finally been stretched, and there's a bit of applause as well, which is great to see. And yeah, it's unfortunate that she's gone down. We've just ticked over the 13-minute mark here. Still scoreless out here in this matchup.
And just from a position, we can't work out the player for those sort of wanting to know who it was or whatever. But with the way it is, we haven't been able to sort of see a number, and we'll get information when we can for you.
Yeah, we can. We will. We'll try our. We'll definitely try our best too. But it's unfortunate. As we're still waiting for the player to slowly move, and we've also got the Knox players still in their huddle over there on the outer side. And it's sort of one of these incidents where there is that pause. You've obviously at the start got that adrenaline sort of pumping and everything, and then there's a big sort of lapse, which it has been. This has been nearly on sort of 10 minutes or so to come off and obviously get a reset, and probably another couple of minutes. So it's then which team sort of can find that sort of strength to go, okay, well let's bounce back, let's work out what wasn't working and go from there. So it's obviously, you know, sometimes it can pump a group up losing a player, or sometimes it can bring them down and sort of, you know, they have to reset and change a few things around. So that's where the concern is obviously going to be for Knox. How do they respond, and then in turn how does North Ringwood sort of find it from there? In that they've obviously come out ready for the game. Oh, thank you. Sorry, we've got a number change as well. So Ella Rhodes is now number 2. And Mackenzie Lee
is number 24.
As we're going to get a restart on play here. It's just going to be a ball up at centre half forward for North Ringwood. Just ticked over the 15-minute mark here. Scott, I'll let you get us restarted out.
They're just going to wait until they can get their player off. Then they've got to shut the gate.
Of course, yeah.
And then they'll start. So I think they're just waiting for that for safety sort of reason.
As we're back.
Umpire sounds a whistle, and rucks go at the contest. Down from, it's a change of ruck position there. Hayley Burke for Knox has gone into the ruck, so she's cleared it out. Knox just kick it off the ground, looking to push towards this commentary side, and again, it just taps and rolls along the ground. North Ringwood at the front of the contest, but slips through the hands. This time, North Ringwood have got numbers around the ball, and this goes through Rice. Rice kicks it into the forward line of North Ringwood. Players attacking the ball there. Rachel Hoffman was first at it. She hands it off. Another good little hand pass off to Ebony Cooper, but she gets spoiled, and a tackle. Umpire very happy to allow this to keep playing on, rarely calls it. So Jessica Reid pushes it into the forward line now. It's out of bounds. So we'll finally get a little bit of a stoppage and umpire throw it in. But yeah, I'm surprised the umpire's just happy to just let it go when you probably just say time to reset. But yeah, no, it just goes from it. So we obviously get the ball up rather than the throw in. So ball up from just in front of North Ringwood square. The North Ringwood player gets it there, and Sarah Hum tried to snap it on the boot, but again, really good defensive pressure by Knox. It
has been really good defensive pressure and a good smother. I'm not too sure who that was, but a brilliant smother there. That was a certain goal for the Hummers. It's a ball up, North Ringwood getting the tap down, but they get the clearance as well. Shrugging off a tackle there, that was Carly Forbes. And Knox are going to get it clear. Maybe not for long, though. Good pressure applied there by Holly Gibson. Did well to hold it up, because North Ringwood, if they had picked up the ball cleanly and weren't pressured by Gibson, they were inside 50 once more. As it's just the ball up here. North Ringwood got the tap down. They look set to get the clearance here and look set to go inside 50 here. It's a foot race. It's 2-on-2, but North Ringwood doing well there. Bottom of the pack for Knox was Holly Maston, as was Kayla Terrell, who's back from injury this week. It's just a ball up. Getting the tap down there was Grace Higgins. Knox looks set to pick up the ball. Handball away there. It's just another scrap and another ball up. 17.5 minutes played here in this first quarter, and we're still yet to see a score in this matchup, as it's just a ball up here. Getting it clear there, the Knox player, and looking to pick up the ball. It's Holly Gibson who was looking to pick up the ball, but good pressure applied there by Sarah Hum. Down at the bottom of the pack there, Holly Maston, as she has been for most of today. Just another ball up, just ticking over 18 minutes here, and still no score in this match of the round between North Ringwood and Knox. As North Ringwood got the tap down, looking to get the clearance, but immediately pressured there was Tegan McInerney, and the umpire calls holding the ball. Not the greatest decision there from McInerney. A good tap pressure applied there by Cassandra Warren, who's got a big pack of plays here right in front of us. Thought it wasn't the greatest kick, but it's out the back here. Good handball there, and it's in the direction here of Maston, who's had plenty of the ball early on. She's going inboard. Couldn't find her target, and it's a couple of one-on-ones, but getting the ball there is Gemma Prentice. It's out the back here. Leading the foot race there is Casey Slattery. She's up against Tamara Stocks. They get the handball away to North Ringwood and look set to rebound, although it's not the greatest kick. Nearly taking the intercept there, Bridget Dowsing. Good smother there. North Ringwood, though, get it clear through Casey Slattery, but they're not for long. Knox are going inside 50, and taking the mark there is Knox, and the mark is taken by Tamara Stocks. A good mark taken there, a bit of a grubby kick, but a big chance at the 19-minute mark for Knox to kick the first goal of the match, potentially with...
I thought it was Stocks. I could be wrong on that number, actually, now just looking at it.
Yeah, I think it's 25 as Stocks comes in, just drifting to the left and through for a minor score. We do have our first score, but it's just a minor. Knox lead. One behind North Ringwood, yet to score. 19.5 minutes played here in this first quarter. Scott Hardy.
Thank you very much. North Ringwood clearing out here, out towards the player in Hum. So Hum just looking to address where she's going to kick this ball, and just chips on a really nice lead there. So that heads out towards Chloe Rice. Rice on the wing, pushes it forward. Numbers at the contest. Down, falls at feet. Now North Ringwood on through Ebony Cooper. And there goes the siren. So that's the end of the first quarter a very low scoring contest. But again, it was sort of stopped for a lot of injury time there. So we only really got to see about probably 8 minutes of play. Knox just the one behind, and North Ringwood yet to score.
And we have confirmation on that injury as well. It's Ella Ritchie who's dislocated her left kneecap. So I think we won't be seeing her for the rest of today. But we're going to go to a break here on the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round. When we return, we'll bring you the second quarter of action here at Quambee Reserve between the Saints and the Falcons.
Did you mention the injury yet? Who was it, sorry?
It was Ella Ritchie. Eastern Falcons sometimes.
I always forget that. Pretty powerful. Well done, boys. Which one?
That's not. That's not.
That's what they had.
Always a 50 start. Welcome back to the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round. North Ringwood versus Knox. First Division footy live here from Quambee Reserve. Knox leading by just the 1 point at quarter time. One behind. North Ringwood yet to score out here at Quambee Reserve. A bit of a scrap. Unfortunately, the quarter was cruelled by an injury to Aloe Ritchie dislocated left kneecap. So the ambulance has come and she'll be off to the hospital soon, which is great to see, which is unfortunate, but great to see the ambulance is here so soon. Scott Hardy alongside me, Josh Ward, as teams are starting to move into position. We've got a couple of the Mitcham boys out here. Of course, they're playing their senior men's and reserves men's clash out here against the Saints. A little later on, the reserves kicking off. Potentially a little later, around 12:30. The seniors kicking off at 2:30 as teams are now in position. Teams are now in position here. Hopefully, a bit more of a free-flowing second quarter, but there's plenty of pressure applied. Scott Hardy, I'll let you get us underway for the second quarter of action here between Knox and North Ringwood.
Underway, Rucks go at the contest. Egorov, another good tap down, and just this time umpire calls it straight away. So no free flowing, but different umpire at the centre bounce. So you can sort of tell. Rucks go out again. Nice tap down there by North Ringwood, but only towards the direction of the Knox player there in Maston, and another ball up. Whether the umpires have had a talk at quarter time and said we might need to throw it up a bit more. Rucks go at it once again, and that's Matic in the ruck for North Ringwood. Through the hands here. Now another strong tackle by Knox, applying a good pressure around the ball, and that was by Holly Gibson. So umpire says, I'll have it again. So we haven't gone too far in 40 seconds of play. A good duel in the ruck there. Through the North Ringwood players out to the far side now. North Ringwood finally get a run on it here. Just kicking it far and wide out to the wing. Good attacking pressure on there by Wilson. Knox again just around the contest and get another tackle. Now look to clear it themselves, and they go through Gemma Prentice on the far side. Prentice pushing forward, but intercepted through hands. There's a bouncing ball. Strong tackle there by Tamara Stocks. We called her, and she's been awarded the free kick. And she's had a good game thus far. She's had her moments as Tamara Stocks, of course, is the only scorer for this match, as she's looking to go inside 50 here. Couldn't take the mark there, the Knox player. It looks like that was Holly Gibson who gets the handball away into Maston, who gets the handball in turn to Rebecca Leah, but good pressure applied by the North Ringwood defence, and they'll be able to get it clear. That's a thumping torpedo, and out the back there was Kayla Terrell, who couldn't pick up the ball. Michaela Egorov under pressure. Brilliant tackle. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Free kick going in the direction there of North Ringwood. I think that was Melissa Gilmore. What a tackle. She's got the short option here in Kayla Terrell, who takes the mark in front of Zali Wagner. Plays on immediately. Looking to go inside 50. Couldn't take the mark there, could Aegeus. North Ringwood out at the back here. Burst of speed there from Carly Forbes, who has kicked the first goal of this game. Brilliant finish from Carly Forbes, and North Ringwood take the lead for the first time today. 1 straight 6. Knox just the one behind. We've played 2.5 minutes here in this second quarter. Brilliant play there in the end, and just a burst of speed from Carly Forbes, Scott, to get the first goal for North Ringwood and for this match too. Well, it led from that tackling pressure by North Ringwood. The tackle on Egorov, she gets the free kick, and then at North Ringwood free, and they looked really good pushing forward into the forward line. Good sort of fast options, and gets the score. So underway now, and Rucks go at the contest here. We've played nearly 3 minutes in. Egorov wins the contest this time. Tap down at feet, but again, really hard to get it out of this centre bounce. There's the umpire that loves to not call it, but he's called it, and he's called it as a holding the ball, saying that players dragged it in. So free kick to North Ringwood there through Matic. She just hands it off back to her. She gets it back, now gives it a kicking option, which should have done in the first place just to gain that extra meterage. But Chloe Rice takes the mark and looks to play on. So again, North Ringwood going into forward line. Oh, good. Oh, just nearly a good mark there by Eliza Wilson. It just spilt. You could have probably paid it, but yeah, ball out, another free kick, and it's going the way of Knox. Just a holding there. So Knox looking to try and get it out. This is through Alana Allo. She pushes it far side down right in front of the players' boxes. Kicked off the ground by North Ringwood, and North Ringwood got the numbers. If they can use this right, they'll get this in the forward line, which they do. Players under it, spills out the back there. Dean's at the back, but Knox looking at clearing. Good tackle by Dean. That has to be a free kick, and it is. It was. Taylor Dean, really good pressure up there. Should have had probably the mark, but keeps going, gets the free kick. Now on a slight angle, probably only about 20 metres out. So another very kickable option for North Ringwood as she goes to kick in. Dean off the mark and kicks it. A strong start for North Ringwood in this second quarter. 4 minutes 30 in. It's 2 goals straight, 12 to Knox, 1 behind.
That is a brilliant goal, and Taylor Dean as well has had a really good game. She's a superstar of this North Ringwood line, of course, the captain as well, leading from the front, and 11 points the margin here for the Saints. The perfect start in this second quarter, kicking to the club room's end. I think there was a bit of a roar from the North Ringwood boys right on the cricket nets.
She's kicked 23 goals for her career, and obviously, yeah, if you want someone to kick in front of goals at 20 metres out, she
is reliable as it's a ball up here. Cannon tap down there was North Ringwood's Matetic, but Knox are going to get the clearance here, and Holly Gibson under immediate North Ringwood pressure. Good tackle there applied by Mackenzie Lee, or Macca-Lee. It's just the ball up here in Knox. Pushing the ball forward though. Egorov against Matetic. Egorov got the tap, but North Ringwood applying the pressure there, and it's just going to be a ball up here. Matetic against Egorov once more at Matetic front position. Couldn't get the proper tap down to a teammate. Just another ball up. Good tackle applied there by Carly Forbes on Gemma Prentice. Got the tap down there, did Matetic. Knox looking to push further forward though. The tap was back from Matetic, and just going to be a ball up here once again. So slow couple of minutes as it has been for most of this game. Matetic got the tap down once again, but Egorov is getting the ball inside 50 here. Touch, says the umpire, kicking the direction here of Mackenzie Lee. Under Knox pressure, Holly Gibson pressure in fact, and it's just another ball up here. Knox slowly moving inside 50 though. They want a goal here. Gibson takes the ruck duties for Knox, but Matetic got front position. Knox looks set to get the clearance. I think that was Zali Wagner on hands and knees, and it's out the back here. They continue to push further forward slowly. 6.5 minutes played now. North Ringwood 2 straight 12. Knox just the one behind. Matetic just blocked Gibson and got the ball, and they look set to get the clearance here. Picking up the ball there was Emily Walters, and they get the ball cleared through North Ringwood. Maybe not for long. In fact, they're out the back here are the Saints, and in a one-on-one there is Rachel Hoffman. Took the mark. There's another one-on-one. It's Melissa Gilmore who's down there, as is Galanta, who was out the back there, couldn't take the mark. Galanta picks up the ball. There's a player all on her own. She could go all the way by herself. Just a minor score. North Ringwood, though, moved to a 2 straight kick margin, 2-1-13. Knox just the one behind. 7.5 minutes played here in this second quarter.
Wrong option there. They had the players spare for North Ringwood. They need to just lower the eyes. I know you want the goal, and not a bad kick, but yeah, you had Taylor Dean sitting out by herself, would have been a guaranteed goal. So Dean actually now attacks it, but gets a little push, but just goes out of bounds, and get a ball up just to the near side here of the commentary side.
Now, if she hadn't touched that as well, Taylor Dean, it would have been deliberate out of bounds, I believe. Just remember, there's the lasso rule, so whoever. If it was delivered out of bounds, it would have been a free kick to Knox. Continue, Scott. Sorry,
yeah, that's all right. Ball bouncing, and dribbles out. A little bit of a mismatch in the rucks at the moment as Egorov's going up against, it looks like just number 23, Grace Higgins. But free kick now, North Ringwood looking, and we spoke about the deliberate and who didn't touch it, so we'll get used to that. Tackle pressure applied as Knox at the bottom of the pack, and the umpire has to ball that up.
One of my favourite rules. In the VFLW, they call it the lasso rule. It's one of my favourite rules, the deliberate out of bounds.
Egorov winning this ruck contest easily now that they've got the switch, so North Ringwood might have to look at that match-up. Knox now clearing out through Wagner. Wagner right to the centre, a really good kick, and just off hands over the back here. It's a foot race and good tackling pressure there by Gemma Prentice for Knox. Players fall at the bottom of the pack there. Anya Lockie gets ball but tackled and dropping the ball. So North Ringwood free kick. So North Ringwood looking to reset just on the half-back line. Clearing to, just a poking kick, and it just goes straight to the Knox player and Holly Gibson. So she's going to look to reset and push it straight into the forward line, which she does with a really nice kick. Ball spills out the back, bit of a foot race on. Chasing Anulocki down there, tackling pressure over the far side on the playground side. And umpire says, I'll have it, and we'll get a ball up.
As it was, right in front of the playground here, as it's ball up here in ruck for North Ringwood. Grace Higgins. Knox get the tap down. They're looking to push further forward here, but North Ringwood will get it clear. I think that was Mackenzie Lee with the kick away. She's had a bit of the ball in this second quarter, trying to burst her way through the pack. Alo, and umpire pings her for holding the ball. Just took on the world there, and it didn't pay dividends. And taking the free kick here, Ebony Ireland, who's the vice captain, and she only made her senior debut last weekend, did Ireland. So short chipping ball further out wide here near the far side boundary line. Holly Gibson taking the intercept. You don't see Holly Gibson take too many intercepts, but she's getting the ball inside 50 here. All North Ringwood out the back. Getting the ball away there was Ashlyn Tate. It's a free kick, in fact, going in the direction of Knox, who are looking to push further inside 50. Spoyer at the back there, couldn't pick up the ball, the Knox player, and North Ringwood looks set to get it clear, and picking up the ball well, Elenic, who gets the ball clear, but it's set to be intercepted here by Emily Stocks, just showing the direction of North Ringwood. A couple of soccer kicks off the ground, good pressure applied there by Dean on Crystal Chambers, and it's just going to be a ball up, Scott.
Taylor Dean having a really good presence around the tackle, really knows sort of where to position her body, how to apply the tackle and try and get those free kicks.
Her experience and class on shows. It's a ball up. Getting the tap down there was Hayley Burke, who's been thrown into ruck now, and they're looking to push further forward. Knox, they get it out the back there. Hayley Burke was there, as was Alo. It's a high free kick going in the direction of Knox. The ball will come back here. I think it's Alo who looks set to get the free kick here for the Falcons.
Just taking a while for the ball to come back. It was a good kick.
It was a pretty good kick in the end, as it is Alo, who I think it's come back into the side this weekend, that's going to take the free kick, of course, in place for Nikki Wynn. She's going inside 50 here. North Ringwood have the numbers out the back. Knox looked to pick up the ball. There was Gemma Prentice. Good pressure applied. And Holly Gibson with the holding the ball free kick. Now, this may be a bit beyond her range, but we've seen her kick a few recently, and she has a decent boot on her. And
14 goals she's kicked for her career.
Yeah, she's... First season last year, she was a star in the grand final as well. She comes in, got a decent fist of it, and it's a goal. Holly Gibson, what a superstar she is of this Knox lineup. And she gets there first. 1-1-7 the Falcons. North Ringwood 2-1-13. She loves playing out here at Quambee Reserve, Scott. She was the blue ribbon medalist, the best on ground in that grand final. Took control in that final quarter as well, and kicked of that grand final, kicked 2 goals, and she's got a goal here. I think she'll enjoy playing out here at Quambee Reserve.
Adds it to the tally, and impressive kick, really nice off the boot, and just a really good forward option there, sort of coming out of the centre. So just trying to get this ball back. It's a slow-moving footy to get back to the centre. It's a decent-sized ground, so it takes a little bit. And umpires look to go through the ruck, and ruck's up at the contest now. Now it's a tap down through. Hayley Burke stepped into the ruck for Knox for the moment, but North Ringwood clear it with a really nice kick going towards the forward line of Wilson leading the charge. She picks it up really nicely, guiding hands there through towards Terrell, but Terrell gets tackled straight away. Now Knox looking to clear out. Only goes forward to the North Ringwood player in Reed. Good smother by Knox. Now takes it on North Ringwood. Kick of the boot on target, and that is a goal for Sarah Hum. Really nice running goal there, about 35 metres out. And North Ringwood 3 goals, 1-19 to 1 21-7 Knox. I'll just get a time as we're getting sponsors up on the board.
Sponsors
so
left, right and centre.
Wasn't the best time to call the score. There's so many sponsors, I can't.
Oh, too many scores, but it's 14 minutes played now here in the second quarter. A good response there. We finally got a score of it. North Ringwood 3-1-19, Knox 1-1-7. Ball up in the middle here, but it's Knox who got the tab, but they're not looking to get they are in fact going to get the clearance here. Good smother, and North Ringwood looks set to get the clearance here, but Zali Wagner takes the intercept, and they're looking to go inside 50 there. Holly Gibson was around there. Good. Oh, really well done there, I think, from the North Ringwood defender. That was Mackenzie Lee, who's had a good quarter. She gets the ball in the direction of Elenic. Looking to go into the middle of the ground. A good sport from behind there from Cassandra Warren. And North Ringwood and Knox applying good pressure. It's out the back here. There was a Knox player there, North Ringwood player there as well. And umpire continues to call play on. He's circling. He continues to call play on. And finally he blows his whistle and it's a ball up on centre wing. As we've got a score from out at Montrose Surrey Park. Surrey Park 13 leading Montrose 1 out there at Montrose Recreation Reserve. So a good contest potentially brewing out there as Knox get the clearance here. Getting the handball away, Gemma Prentice. In the direction there of Hayley Burke. Good, avoided a couple of players. Knox looking to go inside 50 here through Lockeye. And it's holding the ball, free kick. And Knox are going to get the free kick. Advantage is taken, 2 1-on-1s. Couldn't take the mark there. That was Ella Rhodes. And North Ringwood applying good pressure to stave off the Knox attack, and they rebound, but potentially not for long. Taking a really good mark there. Cassandra Warren, who's had a bit of the ball last couple of minutes. Couldn't take the mark there. Holly Gibson, who tries to pick up the ball, did really well. Trying to get the handball out here to Holly Maston, who got the handball away to Zali Wagner, and it's just going to be ball up. A couple of their young stars combining there for Knox.
And Taylor Dean, another tackle, put her on the stat sheet.
She's done brilliantly as it's a ball up. Knox forward 50, who trailed by 12 points, 16.5 minutes played. It's North Ringwood who looks set to get the clearance. They're going through the middle of the ground. Couldn't take the intercept mark there, could Stocks, and it invited the pressure of North Ringwood. Pushing the back, says the umpire, and Emily Stocks will get the chance to go inside 50 once more, go close to 50, but it's Yelenic. That's a really good mark under Knox pressure by Tamara Stocks, and they have a chance once more to rebound North Ringwood.
Yeah, Yelenic out to the far side, finds the spare option out there. Yelenic's been strong in her marking contest down that line, so North Ringwood looking at pushing it forward, just right in front of the scoreboard, trickling along. Players happy to see if it goes out, but good tackling pressure by Knox, and Knox might gain the contest here. Its numbers now pile around it, and the umpire's still happy to let it play on. Flick of the ball, it just goes forward into North Ringwood's centre half. Hands off, really nice hands there, pushing it in to the forward line, but Knox under pressure, trying to get it out. Got a number spare. Now find where's that player. North Ringwood attacks it first. Tackle of the ball and holding the ball. Strong tackle there. That was by Tamara Stocks. We've called her name a number of times, and she looks to play on and kick forward, which she does. North Ringwood, though, got about 4 around the ball here, trying to find their numbers out on the wing side. Leading the contest, though, is Cassandra Warren, and she picks up but gets tackled immediately. And umpire's still happy to just let this play on as numbers verge around it. North Ringwood take the mark there. Drew Walters, who kicks it into the centre. Here's that play, Taylor Dean, we've been calling. It spills out the back, though, so Knox just hack it on the boot, but it works in their favour. Got numbers here. It really needed that mark, North Ringwood, and really good by their defence. Where does she go here? She takes it on. Got players, needed to use the support of the Shepherd. Probably get this back. It's now Countryside. There's a kick on the boot. Really nice kick down towards Hoffman. Hoffman assessing her options up forward. Just needs to find the leading target. She puts on the boot a little bit off the side of the boot towards the right there. Taken, I thought that was a mark, but players said obviously tapped. Kick on the boot, and is behind there through Eliza Wilson. Just missed it there to the right. of the goalpost. So another score there for North Ringwood. We're at 3-2-20 to Knox 1-1-7, and we've played 19 minutes in this second quarter.
So potentially one last thrust here for North Ringwood. They'll be looking for one last thrust.
They want to trap it in. That's
the kick in there from Emily Stocks. Big pack of players there. Out the back there was Carly Forbes. The first goal, doing well to avoid a couple of tacklers. Look at the speed there from Carly Forbes, who's going for broke. Hoffman, brilliant mark, Rachel Hoffman. Used her bodywork to her advantage. And North Ringwood, they should kick this through Rachel Hoffman and lead by 19 points, and they do lead. So North Ringwood extend their advantage to 19 points, 4-2-26 to 1-1-7. The siren is about to go here, just under the 20-minute mark here in the second quarter, but that is cool for Knox. That hurts.
And probably they could have been awarded the free kick. It was a bit of 50-50, and there's the siren for the end of the second quarter. So North Ringwood 4-2-26. Beating Knox 1-1-7.
As we'll go through the goal kickers briefly. For Knox, for North Ringwood, I beg your pardon, 4 different goal kickers. Taylor Dean, who's had a superb first half. Sarah Hum, Carly Forbes and Rachel Hoffman with the last goal in the last couple of minutes. And for Knox, Holly Gibson, probably their best player in the side. It's a big call, but she is a superstar. Their single goal. She's had her moments as well. We're going to go to a break here for half time on the Deakin Uni women's match of the round. Just repeating the scores: North Ringwood 4-2-26 to 1-1-7 Knox. When we return, we'll bring you the third quarter of action out here at Quambee Reserve.
That guy stands up.
I wasn't cutting it the way they did.
You're only in the way there when you just
Yeah. I just realised I'd just go in and take it.
I also realised when you stood there, I was like, is he going to
Yeah, I'll watch. I was worried I jinxed it for a second there. Shoot. I reckon that was the girl who was there. That's always so annoying. I've seen it zoning on They do it for the other posts. I'll see you guys. See you later.
Welcome back. Deakin Uni women's match of the round out here at Quambee Reserve. North Ringwood leading 4-2, 26 to Knox, 1-1-7, a 4-goal-1. Second quarter, paving the way for their 19-point advantage here for the Saints. Josh Ward here alongside Scott Hardy. Brilliance. What have you made of that first half?
Yeah, it's hard to get a proper read on it. Like I said, that first quarter was totally out of the playbook in that really we only got about probably 8 minutes of play. And at that stage, it was just a really tight contest, really good tackling pressure by both sides, just trying to find their feet. And like I said, that sort of, once a player goes down like that, you have to sort of reset and find out, what you're going to do. And obviously losing a player like that through Ella Ritchie with her experience, obviously takes a little bit to reset. Should obviously be a bit of a voice on the park. But North Ringwood come out from that first quarter break and found some really good options and probably played the brand of footy that, I was hoping to see from them. Some really good options up forward, running, happy to take on the play. Knox, obviously, in the first quarter, had really, really good defence in it, and sort of North Ringwood couldn't get it in further than probably their forward 50 arc. So, yeah, Knox just probably needs to find that defence again.
Yeah, which players have impressed you the most, though? For me, from a North Ringwood side of things, Taylor Dean, her tackling pressure was so immense.
Stole it off you.
Yeah, but I'll let you continue. And there's also Holly Gibson as well, who I felt has had a good game. But it's been other contributors, but those two in particular have had really good games.
I think when you've got a player like Taylor Dean, who obviously has scored the goal, is a tackling machine. Her pressure, her footy smarts around the ball is next to none, and it just gets in really good positions as well. Tamara Madic, we called her a few times as well, and Erin Jelenik.
Yeah.
She's taken some really strong marks, especially down the line, and then has allowed North Ringwood to rebound. On the other side, though, obviously Knox are struggling to sort of find those players that are sort of getting the ball that extra sort of few times. Like I said, we've seen to have called a number of those North Ringwood players, and they sort of stick in the right. Obviously, Egarov, I spoke about her pre-game. I think she's doing a really good ruck contest in there. She's found some mismatches through her time, but having a decent battle in the ruck. Holly Gibson, obviously, the only sort of goal scorer, so she's probably another one that it's been good. I would like to see a little bit more from Rebecca Lee. haven't called her name as much. She obviously scored the couple of goals last week. You know, X-Factor player. I'd just like to see sort of her step up as well. But look, good contest. Conditions still really good. The deck's starting to dry out a little bit more, so not seeing as sort of spillage.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see. It's a perfect day out here now. As we've got some scores from around the grounds, we'll start in the lowest division, 3rd and 4th grading. Kilsyth leading 65 to Nida Whiting zip. Of course, we had the game last night between SBL Wolves and Mitcham, which saw the Wolves get the victory. Eastbourne, East Ringwood. East Ringwood, they kicked 21 goals last week. They've kicked 9 in the first half. 9-5-59, 2 straight 12 against Eastbourne at half-time.
I heard you boys sort of speaking about it on the podcast, and I was like,
it's
what is
a remarkable,
going on?
A remarkable scores. Of course, Beaconsfield and the Basin have finished as the second half is underway out here at Quambee Reserve, and it's Egorov who got the tap down looking for Maston. It's going to be the clearance here for, I think, Allo, but a good intercept mark taken there by, looks like Rachel Ikone, who's got the ball clear here. Maston in front position for Knox, who's had a really good game as well, I feel. Just going to be a ball up here as... I think you got something to say, Sky.
Oh, look, just from our amazing boundary writer, we've got some notes at halftime just from the coaches and how they're sort of going to address it. Knox, they're just wanting a bit more one-on-one, which needs work. They just want them to step out and be more accountable in the contest and support each other. And on the flip side, we've got North Ringwood, and they just want to keep up the pressure and make more use of the opportunities, which I agree with. I think they're finding a lot of the opportunities and high pressure game. They just want to help the teammates.
Sorry to cut you off there, Scott. Knox are going to get the ball clear. He did finish off on time, but North Ringwood's defence holding firm. Could have been intercepted there by Maston, wasn't. Picking up the ball, though, was Holly Gibson. She does have a one-on-one inside forward 50 here. It was her teammate there was Katie Rogers. There's good pressure applied there, and no free kick is paid. Umpire Scott Hardy going the early crow there. As it's a scrap inside Knox's forward pocket.
Oh, look, I felt it could have been awarded there. There's a fair call for it. I'm happy to call that one.
As it's a ball up, Hayley Burke in ruck here against Matetic. She just takes it out of ruck, and North Ringwood looks set to get it clear. In front position there was Ali Wagner. Couldn't take the mark. Tried to pick up the ball, nearly did, and would have been a good pickup. But North Ringwood, good pressure once again. And they're just going to take it out of bounds here for a boundary throw-in.
They just need to do a little bit better there, Knox. They probably had the numbers and they could have used it. They just didn't use the communication as to who was actually going to take possession of that. That was sort of Zali Wagner on there. Probably could have got the hands or Shepherd. Rucks go at the contest. Tap down there for North Ringwood. And North Ringwood looked to clear out. So Knox go. Got to pick it up, got to find clean hands, Knox, and they do. They go through Maston, who just pushes it into the forward line. A good attack at the footy there for both Knox and North Ringwood, but it spills out the back. Down towards Maston again, and she gets the free kick. So finding plenty of the footy in this third quarter, Maston already, and we've only played 2 minutes 30 in. So, she just kicks it off the side of the boot. Unfortunate, right in front of us as well. That's screen time has just gone, and high fend off from the umpire, but it's going to be a Knox free kick.
You don't see that often nowadays, a high fend off.
No.
It's a rare. It's a rare.
And here's that player I spoke of. This is Rekalai. So this is a player I said needed to sort of step up and just get the option forward, which he does with a really nice kick. It goes forward and a strong mark there by Knox by Zali Wagner, and she'll look dead centre in front, probably about 30 metres out.
That was a brilliant kick and just shows her class there, does Rebecca Elia. And while Zali Wagner, she's kicked goals, plenty of goals before last year, and big chance here to get the first of the second half.
And it leads on the back there, kicks it, and strong, really good start there, and that's exactly what Knox would have wanted coming out from the halftime break. And like I said, they're taking the coach's advice, but a nice kick there. Good options again. Like I said, I hope it is Lai. I'm sure we've got the pronunciation right, but good option for her going forward, and someone that needs to step up is she is the X factor around here. So just waiting for the ball to come back here through the ruck. So Matic lining up against Egorov. So just umpire finally gets it back here. Just the two umpires doing all the work to get the ball back. Ruck's got it. Tap down by Agarov. Really nice tap down, but tackled straight away is Rebecca Lai. So again, getting plenty of it, which is great to see, and it needs to step up for Knox. So we haven't advanced much further. Egarov again, a really nice tap down, but this time North Ringwood have possibly got the numbers and picked it up there through McInerney, but it goes forward through Knox. So a spin of the tackle, have to pay advantage, no advantage called, and the umpire brings it back. So free kick towards Holly Gibson for Knox. Now they're just trying to get the ball back as it basically went towards the goal line.
That was a pretty decent kick, and it looked like just a drop punt there from Holly Gibson, as she of course kicked the first goal for Knox. She's kicked plenty in her short career to date, 15 goals now. As she comes in, will kick from the centre square and look to set it up. Here's Ali Wagner is one of the targets. It's going to fall to the ground here, and out the back there was Rachel Ikone, and she picks up the ball, did really well, but it's out of bounds on the full. She did well, and just went over the fence. It just went over the fence. We're going to get one of our water boys or girls to get the ball there. Knox are going to have another thrust forward here, and it's going to come through Katie Rogers, it looks like, of course. VFLW experience with the Falcons back in, I think it was 2017 for them, as she's looking to kick this.
Tough angle.
It's a very tough angle and would be a contender for goal of the day. She comes in. It's in fact going to be a setup. Gibson the main target there. North Ringwood have all the numbers. They can't pick up the ball though, and it's just going to be a ball up. Here the goal square here, the tip of the goal square here at Quambee Reserve to the club room's end. As Hayley Burke could have taken that out of ruck, didn't, went the tap, and Matetic gone in the way. On hands and knees there, a couple of Knox and North Ringwood players. Gibson, oh, look at that dance step from Holly Gibson. That is brilliant evasiveness from Holly Gibson. She has her second. Knox have their third. 3-1-19, the Falcons. North Ringwood 4-2-26. I think it's, again, the sponsors are coming up on the scoreboard, so it's around 6.5 minutes played here in this second quarter,
and
but just the start they needed, Knox.
And it's going to take a while to get back, because that ball is lodged deep in the hill. He's hopefully can find it in the shrubs, so it's going to take a while to get it back to the centre. But we've played about nearly 7 minutes in this third quarter, and a really positive start for Knox. We've obviously responded after a really strong second quarter by North Ringwood, and to come out and get those couple of goals, exactly what Knox would have wanted, and what their coach was sort of speaking about, finding sort of those options and just using it up the pressure. So ball retrieved in a relatively quick fashion, and looks to go at it. So Ruck's up at the contest. Tap down here again, coming through Knox pressure. But North Ringwood find the numbers, but again, strong numbers and strong tackling by Knox around the ball, so it hasn't really gone much further than where we started already. So Egrov back in the ruck contest and wins that tap slightly, but just falls at players' feet, and they're trying to spill it out. Yeah, now we've got the run through Forbes. Forbes just pushes it out onto this commentary side, but Knox get the run of it, looking for hands, possibly 1-2, but no, ignores the player, just kicks it forward through Maston. But North Ringwood take it on, get a mark, but plays on. Probably should have just held it and assessed the options. North Ringwood happy to move on the ball, good hands. Numbers around here for Knox. Egarov, just a little toe kick off the ground, goes towards Gibson. Gibson pushing in the forward line in front. Is the Knox player, it spills. Probably should have taken that mark, and good tackling pressure. Umpire called play on. Now it's a free kick. The North Ringwood player, though, slightly grabbing at her ankle there and slow to get up.
That's concerning as the wind starts to come here.
That's all right. I don't know whose notes they are. They're not mine, but we'll put them there.
As we've got the trainer coming out now for North Ringwood. Again, another injury. You don't like to see that.
No, she grabbed straight towards that ankle. It was a strong tackle through there. Probably a number of free kicks before that even came about. So we're going to get another stoppage in our play until we can work out what they're going to do. Huddles are coming together.
At least this is a little bit closer as well to that gate over there, whereas before the injury came in Knox's
Yeah.
Well, in that playground forward 50 to the right of screen as teams are moving into their huddles. We've just ticked over the 9-minute mark. Just repeating the scores. North Ringwood 4-2-26. Leading Knox 3-1-19 here in the third quarter. They've gone off to a fast start here, Knox, and they really needed to get off to that fast start, Scott, if they were to have a little bit of hope. Clearly, the clubroom ends is the scoring end out here at Quambee Reserve, so Knox will be kicking to that, although if I do say that, they'll probably start kicking goals towards the playground end or the right of screens.
Miss their opportunity then in the first. The player looks to be getting to her feet, assisted.
Which is great to see.
They should just take her off onto this side, hopefully, rather than walk her across.
I think they are walking her across. We've got a number. It's Casey Slattery who's injured, so we'll keep a close eye on that for her. It does look like an ankle injury as she is finally coming over to the other side. She'll probably
just get her off on the commentary side. It's too far for there, especially if she's not going to play.
Yeah, so she'll probably be out for the rest of today. The stretcher is coming out just in case, but it's great to see her on her feet as well. And so, not too much of a delay from this injury. Just ticked up just under 10.5 minutes in this quarter now. Still haven't gotten many scores from around the grounds as teams disperse from their huddles. But in fact, we do have a score out in 3-4 grading. Baronia gold against Moorbach. Moorbach 5-1-31, leading Baronia 1-1-7 at halftime out there. So at least Baronia have kicked another goal, but I think that, they won by 11 points last week. They got a percentage of 1 million, Scott. When Wantirna South, who they played against, didn't even score a single point. So they got a percentage of a million, and they I think they're about to hit reality again. Baronia goal, but just repeating the scores here. She's coming off now, she's slowly coming off. 11.5 minutes played here now. 4-2-26. North Ringwood 3-1-19 are the Falcons.
And Knox just don't want to lose that momentum that they've had. You know, we sort of saw what it did in the first quarter to them, and didn't really sort of help. So hopefully they can find going forward here and find the options as North Ringwood look to reset through Gemma Ogilvie. Kicks it out far, but a good intercept there by Knox through Egorov, but spills out to North Ringwood. They push it into the centre of the ground. Both players attack it for Knox and North Ringwood. Knox end up with the hands, falls over the back, hands out though to North Ringwood through Chloe Rice, who just kicks it on the boot. There's going to be a free kick. It's a holding. So going towards the way of North Ringwood through Rachel Hoffman. So Hoffman just got the ball sort of through the centre.
And North Ringwood looks set to go forward here. That's Emily Walters, small from behind there from Knox play, but getting the kick clear there is Sarah Hum, who goes to the top of the square. It trickles past Emily Stocks, and just for a minor score, Knox 3-2-20, North Ringwood 4-2-26, 12.5 minutes played here in this third quarter. Score out at Vermont Recreation Reserve. Vermont Gold, their reserves lead 40-13 over Coldstream out there. Of course, in fact, it's North Ringwood 4-3-27, Knox 3-1-19. I forgot they were kicking to that end as taking the intercept marked inside 50s there. Victoria Galanta, who was a former Park Orchards player, played for Park Orchards in that 2019 grand final, and according to their coach, Julian Hansen, was Park Orchards' best on ground that day. She comes in, decent fist of that. Small from behind there. Knox have the numbers from behind, and it's just going to be a ball up. But she missed last year. She's back to the side this year, Victoria Galanta, and she was a star for Park Orchards in 2019 as well. So she is a pretty good player. Handball away there by Sarah Harm. A big pack of players in the North Ringwood goal square, and they'll look to go for goal, get it out and go for goal, but it's just going to be another ball up. Just under 14 minutes played now as the wind continues to come out here at Quambee Reserve. Plenty of players around this ball. It's just going to be another ball up. I don't think that'll change quickly, Scott.
And just quickly, KCE Slattery just under assessment at the moment for that angle. It's just pending as to the severity of it.
It's just going to be another ball up here, so hopefully not too severe. I think you can hear in the effects mic that wind is starting to really pick up here. Knox looks set to get the ball clear here through Zali Wagner. It's a 2-on-1 though in Knox in North Ringwood's favour, but that one is Holly Gibson. Look at the turn of speed on her. Gets it to near centre half forward. It's out the back here and picking up the ball there is Aegeus. She's got a 1-on-1 in there. It's Van Gemert who was there for Knox, and there for North Ringwood is Ashlyn Tate. Gets the handball away there, does Tate, but it's all Knox, and there was Hayley Burke, but good pressure applied from defence, but just Holly Gibson from before, and a good pickup as well from Aegeus, but Holly Gibson just brilliant under pressure as well. Her calmness and her composure to get the ball forward and avoid the North Ringwood players as it's a ball up. North Ringwood got the tap down, and they look to get the clearance here. Hayley Burke picking up the ball, and it's just going to be another ball up here inside Knox's forward 50. Higgins against Burke, the backup ruckman. Burke got the tap in the direction of her teammate. Getting the kick away there was Aegeus, and picking the ball there was Prentice. It's a high free kick, so Knox, a big chance here through their captain Prentice to kick their third goal of the quarter and make it a 2-point ball game. Short run up, goes in, and she has slotted that. So Knox, they're really right in this contest. 4-1-25, North Ringwood 4-3-27. Just under 16 minutes played here in this third quarter. If they kick another one, well, North Ringwood, they'll be reassured knowing they're kicking to that end in the final quarter, but it will give them plenty of momentum heading into the final quarter equally for Knox, Scott.
Yeah, it's brilliant starts here for Knox, and we're now sort of 16 minutes in for this third quarter. So finding the contest that we were seeking and finding those sort of scoring options both sides freely at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see whether it is that scoring end in the fourth quarter, because Knox will need to defend or at least get another goal just to boost that lead or get in front, as we're back to the centre, and it only goes a short metre or two as umpire looks to throw the ball up. Ruck's at the contest there, so Burke still in the ruck and doing it all, but Knox throwing free kick. Unfortunate there for Knox because they had that ball deep in their forward line, so goes to North Ringwood. Ball just coming back to the player at centre there through Reed, so she looks to kick, pushes it forward into the forward line, tacking it. There is North Ringwood, spills out the back down towards Stocks for Knox. She looks to hand it off, big tackling pressure, ball falls out the back, another tackle, she doesn't have the ball, and umpire says that's holding the ball, she's dropped it. So Knox get the free kick in the back pocket, in the half back line. Knox clearing out here, happy to play on through the mark. Player in front in Gibson. Centred to Knox. Knox have got a number here, an extra number, but good attacking pressure by North Ringwood. There's a push in the back going the way of North Ringwood. And that's for Rhodes. So Rhodes looking to switch out here to the commentary side. Good mark there, and I think that's Yelenik. And she, again, a really good mark. Rarely drops him. Kicks it into the centre. Knox player hands it off down towards Alio. And the umpire says, I'll have it. And we're back to the centre where it all started. Josh.
So ball up here. Burke got the tap in the direction of Maston, who I felt has been Knox's best today. Holly Gibson has had a great game, but she's going to get the free kick here. Maston, a three-quarter time score update at East Burwood Reserve. East Ringwood 14-10-94. East Burwood 2 straight 12. They haven't conceded a single goal since the first quarter, or a single point. Have East Ringwood, as it's an intercept mark taken here by, I think that was Rice, the vice-captain, and an intercept mark taken in turn here by Zali Wagner, who's had her moments as Wagner, looking to go down the line here in the direction of her captain, Prentice. A really good mark taken there, couple of one-on-ones. Going inside 50 here are Knox. Couldn't take the mark. Gibson on the ground. She's dangerous, but Bryce got the ball clear before she could apply the pressure. And good pressure applied there on McInerney by, I think that was Rebecca Lyer. And not too sure what's happening in the background there. It's just the ball up here. Tap down from Higgins. North Ringwood get the clearance here in the direction of Cooper, who couldn't pick up the ball clearly, and invites Wagner to pick up the ball, and it's just the ball up. Right where we started once more in the centre of Quambee Reserve. Just under 19.5 minutes played here. North Ringwood lead by 2 points, 4-3-27. Knox 4-1-25. It's the ball up. Higgins got the tap down. 3 Knox players tackling McInerney there, and it's just another ball up here. North Ringwood won't mind this. If they one more stoppage and they're hot, and they lead at 3/4 time, and it's just going to be another ball up. So just nearly 3/4 time out here as Higgins, it was her who was in ruck. Burke got the kick clear, but it'll be all in vain as North Ringwood applying good pressure, and the siren will sound out here at Quambee Reserve. North Ringwood a handy 2-point advantage here. Knox three goals and conceding just the one behind in that quarter. 4-3-27 North Ringwood. Knox 4-1-25. The major goal kickers, Holly Gibson with 2, Gemma Prentice and Zali Wagner with singles for North Ringwood. Same goal kickers, Taylor Dean, Sarah Hum, Carly Forbes and Rachel Hoffman with 1 each. Going to go to a break here on the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round. When we return, we'll bring you the 4th quarter of action between North Ringwood and Knox.
I'm going left. No. Watch a replay. Critique it further.
Welcome back once more. Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round live here from Quambee Reserve. North Ringwood 4-3-27 leading against Knox 4-1-25 in first division. Josh Ward here alongside Scott Hardy, and while it was a really good third quarter from Knox, who again they were kicking towards the what we're claiming is the scoring end. All the goals, in fact, have come from that end of the ground, and I think only one or two, in fact, only two behinds have come from the playground end or to the right of your screens here at Quambee Reserve. So they took advantage, but they're going to have to, well, at least kick a goal here and defend for their lives, I reckon, against North Ringwood. But they do have momentum heading into the final quarter, you feel?
Yeah, without doubt, really impressive sort of what sort of Knox has responded with. Obviously, listened to what the coach addressed to him at half time, and then have come out to find some good scoring options. It will be interesting to see whether it is that end. Like I said, we were a little bit sort of stuck in that first quarter, so hopefully we can get a bit of scoring on both ways to make it a good contest in this last quarter. I feel North Ringwood, just probably need to go back to what was working for them in that second quarter, because it was a totally different sort of side. It felt like from Knox in the third. So
yeah, and one thing that their coach will be pleased by in particular, they were able to get one-on-ones, which was one of his messages at that halftime break. They were able to get one-on-ones, and they took full advantage of that. And they kicked the 3 goals from it, and they'll look to continue that, especially in this final quarter as teams move into position. We've just got the North Ringwood and the Mitcham Reserves boys that have just had a bit of practice before their match against each other.
I tell you, if they're going to do a one-on-one, they need to probably avoid Erin Yelanik. She's been really strong with her mark. I haven't seen her drop one. She has been really strong down the line, and a really good marking option for North Ringwood. So maybe if you're not, avoid that one-on-one.
Yeah, she has been a star, and she's teamed up here against Holly Maston, who's had a really good game. I felt she's probably been Knox's best on. Scott Hardy, get us underway for the final quarter of action here between North Ringwood and Knox.
North Ringwood, Knox go at it. Knox get the favour here, going through it's Wagner, just to try and get into that forward line, find out where this scoring end is. So good tackling pressure by North Ringwood. About 3 have tackled the Knox player. I think that was Hayley Burke at the base there. So Igorov up, taps it down, but only as far as the North Ringwood player. Good tackle. That's dropping the ball, and that is the correct call, I would say. So Knox getting it in through Gibson. Could spill out the back, which it does. Down at feet. It's just a race here. Trying to pick it up is Maston. She gets it, looks for her options. In centre there, just flings it on the boot. Had more time there. That was Rebecca Lyle.
We're sorry if we pronounced your name wrong.
We have butchered that, I think, but we'll get that sorted for next time.
We'll get that right eventually. It'll be a free kick here going in the direction of North Ringwood, who Knox have had the ascendancy early on here, haven't they, Scott?
Yeah, and they've just got to find that scoring option to get in front. A big kick, but it's going deep or wide, and that'll be a Knox free kick either way as last touch. So looking to reset here through Holly Maston, one name that we've caught a heap of, and she puts it into the centre, really dangerous spot, but North Ringwood got numbers around it. Good composure there by North Ringwood, and they look to clear out to the centre, but it's a 3-on-1 for Knox, but it just keeps bouncing and bouncing, so North Ringwood might get favour through Wilson. She hands it out into the centre, just on top of the cricket pitch. Wilson just gets her hands back. They've got number out the back here. They need to play on. North Ringwood got a streaming forward. There is Dean, but the kick isn't great. Dean does really good attacking pressure, but a 3-on-1. She'll have to do everything she can, and Knox clear out strong coming through North Ringwood. They need to reset. They're disappointing. Snaps it on the boot. 1-on-1 contest. Spills at the ball. Stab at the feet. Bounces and dribbles. Rachel Hoffman has kicked the goal at the start of the fourth quarter down that scoring end as we spoke about.
5-3-33 North Ringwood, Knox 4-1-25 as we continue to get sponsors here once more, but that is a crucial goal for North Ringwood to, stop the momentum Knox had initially to start this game, and, to add another goal to that scoring end. All 9 goals have come to that end now. Ticked over 2.5 minutes here as she's gone. We've just gotten word on Ella Ritchie. She's gone to the hospital for further treatment. It's a ball up here in the middle. Egorov got the tap down in the direction of Zali Wagner, who's Got in the first couple of centre clearances early on. Handball in the direction there of Holly Gibson, who couldn't take the ball clean. He could knock. North Ringwood pressure applied, and it's just a ball up. Scott?
And just another update from Casey Slattery. She is done for the day. She is iced up, so will take no further part.
Sorry, Egorov got the tap down and looking to get the clearance. There is Maston. That is definitely a free kick. That is
clothesline. That's a WWE style.
As it's Holly Maston, who's, again, a really good game. She's gone inside 50 here. Big pack of players emerge. Knox get the ball clear here. It's Bangamer who was the target. It's just going to trickle out the back and just a minor score here. So the scoreline for Knox, 4-2-26, North Ringwood 5-3-33.
Couldn't believe that clothesline. That was,
that
sort of
was
80, late 80s style.
As it's kicking here for North Ringwood, they lead by 7. Just under 4 minutes played here in this final quarter. The kick there in the direction of Ashlyn Tate. So playing a little kick to kick here are the Saints. Pushing further down the ground. The good mark taken there. She's got an option in the middle of the ground. She ignores that, goes further down the line. Good mark. One hand. I'm not too sure who that was, but it was an absolute specky there. They look to push further forward, North Ringwood, but a good intercept mark. Zali Wagner, who's started this fourth quarter really well, has Wagner. Pushing further down the line. Egorov, the big target. That's a good mark taken there by Egorov, and they're looking to push further forward, looking for Maston. 3 of their young stars combining. Maston going inside 50 here. It's a 2-on-1 in favour of North Ringwood. Couldn't pick up the ball, but Ella Rhodes, the turn of speed there, takes a bounce. Ambitious, avoids the player and gets the kick away here in the direction of Jelenik, who takes the mark. Another mark for Erin Jelenik. She really doesn't, and she pushes further down the ground. That a bit of a hit there from Holly Maston, and again,
it's going to be downfield. It was late. It was accidental.
It was late, but the free kick here going in the direction of Kayla Terrell, who's looking to get the handball away to Emily Walters, who gets the handball away in turn to Jessica Reid. Couldn't take the intercept mark there, Hindman. It's out the back here. Galanta got the handball away. She's trying to pick up the ball here. Good shepherd there from Knox players, and trying to pick up the ball there is Knox, and it's a push in the back free kick, and I think it's going in the direction of Cassandra Warren. Not in the favour of the North Ringwood faithful out here, as Knox look to clear it out from their defence here, Scott.
Thanks, Josh. So clearing it through, but it's North Ringwood looking to rebound straight back in, which they do. It's tackling pressure applied there on Walters, and she gets pinged for holding the ball. So Knox keeping the pressure on and getting the free kicks where they can. And it's going the way of Sarah Hindman. She looks for her options. No one really presenting just a lot of numbers, and it's probably not to the right option. It was 2-on-1, and North Ringwood will push it out to the side. And Josh, you might have an update.
Yeah, well, we'll just keep updating throughout this final quarter since it's a close game. 6 minutes played here, 5-3-33, North Ringwood, 4-2-26. Knox is not too sure if it's a free kick here. I think it's going in the direction of North Ring, or it's in fact a ball up here. So I thought it was a free kick, but it's just a ball up, Scott.
Just the confusion over the far side, a little bit further from us. So bring it commentary side if you could. Umpire throws the ball up. Tap down there, North Ringwood win it. Knox under pressure here, need to clear it out, just slings it on the boot. But that works, and it bounces and bounces. Tapped at the feet for Knox, good attacking pressure, but also good tackling pressure by North Ringwood. It looked like the tackle there was Mackenzie Lee, and umpire says, I'll have it. As about centre wing on the far side. Egorov, a nice tap down, running player through. Egorov now gets her own ball back, but North Ringwood really applying good tackling pressure. Another good tackle there by Sarah Hum, but Knox clear it forward. Spoiled mark there and dropped by Rhodes. North Ringwood looking through the centre. It's just where to find the numbers for both sides at this stage. Really tight contest as North Ringwood's still leading with only played 7 minutes 30 into this last quarter. Josh?
Ball up here. They lead by 7 to North Ringwood. Egorov got the tap in the direction of North Ringwood's attacking half, and North Ringwood are looking to get it clear here, but a good handball. It looks set to be intercepted here by Emily Walters, and good pressure applied by Knox, and just the ball up. We'll keep repeating the scores here. Just under 8 minutes played. 5-3-33 North Ringwood. Knox 4-2-26 in this final quarter. As just trying to burst away there was Alana Allo, who's going inside 50. North Ringwood have a spare in defence, and the spare in Redden picks up the ball. Good pressure applied, and even better pressure applied there by Prentice, who gets the kick away. It's just going to trickle through for a minor score. Knox moved to 4-3-27. North Ringwood 5-3-33. One straight kick in this contest. Just under 8.5 minutes played here in this final quarter. Has good mark taken there by Sarah Hum in front of Holly Prentice. As she was too slow there. There was an option, and she had her all on her own. Instead, the intercept mark is taken by Egorov, who's looking to go inside 50 here. No mark paid there. The kick inside 50, further inside 50 by Burke, and North Ringwood have the numbers, and they'll look to get it clear here, but good pressure applied by Knox. Trying to get the ball clear there was Chloe Rice. It's a push in the back free kick here, so a free kick finally being paid to Knox. I think that's
North Ringwood.
North Ringwood, I beg your pardon, is short chipping ball there. They'll just look to play the chipping game. Not at North Ringwood. They held a 1-goal advantage here. 9.5 minutes played. Not the greatest kick, and it's just going to be a ball up off the shin there of Sarah Hum.
A little bit of frustration there. Like North Ringwood have had that option. They've had Ireland at finding space twice now, and they have not gone to it. They just need to play on a little bit quicker.
It is very frustrating as Egorov got the tap down in the direction of her captain, Prentice. Just a secondary ball up here. It's nearly halfway through this quarter. North Ringwood still lead by 1 goal as Egorov, good tap in near her forward 50, but looking to get the clearance there, McInerney, but it's just the ball up. Good pressure applied by the two Knox players there, half forward flank here. As Egorov looks to get the tap down, but I think it was North Ringwood who got the tap down, and they look to get the clearance here, and they do through Sarah Hum, who's had her moments in this final quarter. Good tap on there from the North Ringwood player right in front of us, but there was a holding free kick going in the direction of that's Tamara
on a holding ball or for free.
So ball up here, and as they look to push further towards goal, Allo gets the ball clear here, intercepting there. Ella Rhodes, what a final quarter she's had, and a really good game as well from Knox, as there's a Knox player down. It looks like Alana Allo couldn't pick up the ball there. Cleany Duparis and Duparis, I beg your pardon, Knox 50 here for the Falcons, and pick up the ball cleanly there, could Knox. They do now through Holly Gibson, who just throws it on the boot, goes to the square. A good mark taken by Anya Lockeye, I think that is. And Knox, 14.5 minutes, or in fact, the mark has been taken by Aegeus. I'm going to go with, as she comes in now. This will be a really good goal from a tired angle. It's looking good off the boot. Drifting to the left, but a handy point. Knox moved to 4-4-28. North Ringwood 5-3-33. Just under 15 minutes played here in this final quarter. We're essentially into red time now, Scott, and it's danger for North Ringwood, who will not want to concede a goal here.
They need to find the options, and they go far and wide, but a really attacking presence there by Cassandra Warren for Knox, and a strong mark. Just get it back in, which she does. Looks at the spare player. Good mark there by Holly Gibson. And Gibson's going to take a shot at goal. Backing herself here.
And fair enough too. She's kicked. I think
she's kicked two.
One in the last 2 quarters, and one each in the last 2 quarters. And she's a superstar of this Knox side.
Gibson coming in, close to mark, kicks it. It goes just wide, and she gets the behind. So miss there, and lucky for North Ringwood. You put money on it, considering she's kicked the 2. Wasn't the tightest of angles. A little bit further out, but just faded to the left.
So 4-5-29 Knox. North Ringwood 5-3-33. Just under 16 minutes played here in this final quarter as they look to get it clear. But Maston trying to take the intercept out the back there for Ebony Island, and it's just trickled out of bounds here. So another ball up here. It's set to be a tense finish here in this match of the round. A very close contest as ball up there. Techic just took front position, and didn't need to do much else. She gets the ball clear, and Galanta gets the handball away there. Couldn't take the ball cleanly, and Knox will get it here through Duparis, and it's a kick there in the direction of the boundary line from Matecic. It's going to be a ball up, very close there to being a Knox free kick there, but well done by Ebony Island. So a ball up here, Egorov against Matecic. Both wrestling, and Matecic got the tap down. North Ringwood set to get the clearance, and all on her own. Good positioning there, Kayla Terrell, who, again, said earlier, she's come back from injury this week. A one-on-one, a good spoil from behind there by Del Paris. Good pick up there by Stocks, and finds Holly Gibson, who's on the run and looking to go inside 50. She finds a target, and the mark is taken.
Is it Crystal Chambers?
Oh,
no.
It's Rebecca Lyer. So she hasn't kicked a goal all day, the former Ferntree Gully girl. Now, this would be a goal that gives Knox the lead and would be the first goal to that playground end. She comes in now, perfect position for this one. Not the greatest kick, but a big back plays, and it's a mark. And I think that might be Aegeus. I'm not too sure. It is Aegeus who missed that shot before. This is a tight angle from shorter in. It's a goal! Emily Aegeus has given Knox the lead. 5-5-35, North Ringwood 5-3-33. 18 minutes played here in this final quarter. That is a brilliant finish. It was a tight angle for Aegeus, and Knox hit the front now. And it's all North Ringwood. They need to get this.
And that's the majority has been from half. I don't think North Ringwood's had it much in their forward line this half. So here goes the ruck contest through North Ringwood, but just the tap down player at the fall there is Hum. Called her a bit, calls it onto the boot, goes out the back. Knox looking at clearing it, good hands through there, but chases on between both players. Forbes at the front there. Forbes picks it up, hands to her player, but puts her under pressure. Looks towards the centre, but Egorov by herself, hands to the running player. Good pressure by North Ringwood, just strips her of the ball. Tackle applied. And that was crucial by North Ringwood to strip that ball just to get the reset, because Knox were on. Umpires look to call it players slow to get up down the bottom for Knox. Tap out to the centre here. Now North Ringwood have got to take it on. They do. That tries to take it on through Sarah Hum, but she gets pinged for holding the ball. And Knox get it. We've played 19 minutes in. Knox leading by 2 points. So not much to go. So Knox just need to get it forward. That's a tight kick, but got number under it. Sarah Hum goes at it. She falls at her feet, but North Ringwood looks it clear to this commentary side, but there's no one there. It's going to be a foot race. North Ringwood going to pick it up. No, just falls under the feet. Tackle applied by the player of Ebony Island. She just needed clean hands again. It's just been a tale today. Just those clean hands just haven't been able to pick it up.
I think Knox are going to get the win here. We're near the final siren here as Egorov got the tap down. North Ringwood set to get the clearance, but it'll be all in vain. Galanta got the handball away, but Knox applying the pressure, and they will hold on for this victory. There's the siren! Knox get a first victory in First Division and only their second game on return. 5-5-35 to 5-3-33. Despair for North Ringwood, but absolute elation for Knox. The major goal kickers on the day, Holly Gibson with 2, the one for Zali Wagner, Gemma Prentice, and the match winner in Emily, a first women's match to call. And been a pleasure doing this alongside you. Who do you reckon was best on ground, though? We don't obviously have any vouchers, but who do you reckon is best on ground?
Look, I thought Holly Gibson probably. She kicks the 2 goals for Knox. It was strong in that last quarter, and we called her a bunch. So
yeah, again, she enjoys playing out here at Quambee. Best on ground in that by Ella Rhodes as they're coming off the ground now. Understandably disappointed. It's unfortunate they go down, but they put up a really good fight, and it's going to be an enthralling duel between these two. I reckon are still going to be battling it out for that 4th spot come finals time. There were many others. Taylor Dean, especially in that second quarter, really stepped up. A great performance.
Sarah Hum as well,
Sarah Hum, she had a great game. Well, that's it from us out here at Quambee. Scott, as I said before, an absolute pleasure, and you absolutely killed it in your first women's match of the round. Terrific stuff, mate.
Thanks, mate. It was a pleasure to call alongside you, and what a brilliant game, and credit to